Hi, this is the Afterlife discussion. I am coming on a Friday to respond to a comment that I received. And this commenter is someone who I can automatically tell is trying to get a reaction out of me, a reaction that will present forth negative, loose energy, but it's not going to work. However, I will address this comment because I want everyone to see what a lack of research does to a person. When you don't research into what truth is, you will hear truth and you will think that it is not truth and you will attack truth because you did not take the time to research what truth is. And so I want to show everyone an example of a person who purposely does not research truth. And as such, when they hear truth, they attack truth. Now, this commenter goes by the username This Place Isn't Reality 5385. And they responded under my video entitled Spirit Guides, Angels, Ascended Masters, the following. You made all of this up. Enki is not Lucifer. Lucifer is not the devil. Satan is a title. And the Satan in Hebrew served the demiurge, archons, aeons, monad, are all demons, all gods are evil. Why be a slave to any being? First of all, I don't care what you believe, sir or madam, or they, them, whatever pronoun you want to go by. But Enki is Lucifer. And people who have researched this, they know this. You don't know this because you have done zero research. You're probably still wet between the ears when it comes to the topic of the reincarnation trick and the prison planet theory. I, however, have been doing this for over 10 years. 10 years of research, so I know what I am talking about. Enki is very much Lucifer. Not only is Enki Lucifer, he's also the demiurge. He's also Yaldabaoth. He's also many other names. He has multiple names, multiple personalities, because Enki is very much malevolent. Enki very much has mental issues. This is why he has so many identities. You go on to say Lucifer is not the devil. There's no such thing as the devil. I don't know where people keep getting that. Oh, I know. Christians. That's right. Christians, they use the term the devil, the devil. Christians have conjured up the term the devil. There's no such thing as a devil. There is Lucifer and there is Satan. And no, Lucifer is not Satan. Lucifer is Enki, the father. Satan is Marduk, the son. Again, I know this because I've done 10 years of research into the Anunnaki. So I know what I am talking about. And then not only me doing research, I have talked to skilled researchers who have validated my research. You clearly have not. Again, you are clearly still wet between the ears when it comes to the topics of the Anunnaki and the reincarnation trick and the prison planet theory. So to educate you, sir, madam, he, she, they, them, it, whatever you want to go by as far as pronouns is concerned, Lucifer is Enki the father. Satan is Marduk the son. Marduk also goes by the name of Amun-Ra. I'm pretty sure you probably didn't know that either. When Christians say amen, they are giving reverence to Marduk, aka Amun-Ra. You go on to say Satan in Hebrew. I don't know, nor do I really care what Satan is called in Hebrew because that's irrelevant to me. Hebrew is deeply connected to religion, particularly Judaism. And as I have said time and time again on this channel, every earthly religion all goes back to Marduk. That is Judaism, Christianity, Seventh-day Adventist, Mormonism, Amish, whatever religion that is on the face of this earth, it all goes back to Marduk. And every time people believe in these religions, every time people practice worshiping these religions, they are giving homage, they're giving power over to Marduk. So, you say that Satan in Hebrew served the demiurge archons. Well, I guess the Hebrew religion would teach that. Marduk is a liar. Everything that Marduk says is lies. Lies, lies, lies. So I guess he would tell that lie. No, if anything, the archons served the demiurge, who is, again, Enki, aka Lucifer. The demiurge and the archons are not one and the same. Again, you would know this, sweetheart, if you did research. Okay? The demiurge and Yaldabaoth, they are one and the same. The demiurge and Enki, aka Lucifer, they are one and the same. But the archons and the demiurge, they are not one and the same. It is the demiurge, aka Lucifer, aka Enki, aka Yaldabaoth, and then there's Marduk, and then there's their archons. Now, Enki, aka Lucifer, aka Yaldabaoth, aka the demiurge, he is the chief archon. See, he is a archon, but all the archons are not Enki. So let me break this down because, a lot of people have comprehension problems. When I say, and when other skilled researchers say, when you get angry, when you get upset, when you get depressed, you are feeding the archons. You are not just feeding Enki, the chief archon, you are also feeding the other archons that are with Enki, because Enki is not just the only archon. He's the chief archon, but he is not the only archons. So therefore, Enki and all of the archons combined are not one and the same. Enki is just one of the archons. He is the chief archon. But there are other archons that are right along with him. But those other archons, they answer to Enki because he is the chief archon. And they also answer to his son, Marduk. Marduk does not answer to the archons. The archons answer to him because Marduk is the one who has control over this prison planet that we live in right now. Again, you would know this if you did your research. You go on to say that all gods are evil. Yes, the Anunnaki gods are evil. And your point is? I am a big believer and a big proponent that all of these Anunnaki gods are evil. And as far as being a slave to these gods, yes, we all are slaves to these gods. As long as we're on this prison planet, we're slaves. Because if you're not, how did you make this comment? I'm sure you had to get on a computer to make this comment. I'm sure you probably made it from your home, or if you're at work, you being at work makes you a slave. If you are at home using your home internet, that makes you a slave because you had to sign up for AI internet, and AI comes directly from Lucifer. If you drive a car, you are a slave to the gods. If you eat food, you are a slave to the gods, the Anunnaki gods. If you watch television, you are a slave to the Anunnaki gods. If you have sex, if you have somebody that you are banging, you are being a slave to the Anunnaki gods. If you have ever said in traffic, damn, would you get around here? Or you cut me off, or you have ever just used your horn because a person in front of you is going slow, or maybe they cut you off in traffic, you are being a slave to the gods because that is anger, which means you are giving that anger, that frustration, that impatience to the archons because that's negative loose energy. Everything we do here on this prison planet contributes to us being slaves. The only time that we will stop being slaves of these gods is when we transition from the physical realm to the spiritual realm and escape the reincarnation trick, which includes the light and all of the components with it, and leave the matrix. Then we will no longer be a slave. But as long as we're here, yes, we are a slave. So when you say, why be a slave? Well, why are you here then? If you are asking, why be a slave to any being, which is a deity, then why are you here? I mean, I'm sure you can find some kind of pills or use a knife or a rope and hang yourself and go on and stop being a slave, because as long as you're here, you're a slave. You are a slave. Just like that's one thing the film The Matrix said that was absolutely correct. You are a slave, Neo. Yes, you are. As long as we are in this matrix, we are slaves. Now, you stop eating, you stop having sex, you stop watching TV, you turn off your internet, you get rid of your internet, you stop driving your car, you stop working, you stop spending money, you stop getting angry, you live on some kind of mountaintop just not doing anything, period, whatsoever. You can not be a slave that way, but then you'll die of starvation because your body needs food. So, I mean, you know. So, listen here, dear. I would suggest that you go and you do some research, because you have no idea what you're talking about. And I would suggest you do the right type of research. And let me just say this right now. I am not saying this because I am trying to make it look as if I'm a know-it-all, because there are a lot of things that I don't know. And to be honest about it, all of the skilled researchers, they only know what they have researched and what they have experienced. There are a lot of things they don't know. But I can talk about the things that I do know, that I have experienced and that I have researched. And the things that I have experienced and the things that I have researched, the things that I know are things that I absolutely know are truth. So when you try to come and tell me that I made all of this up, what would be the point of doing that? What would be the point of making up the fact that Enki is Lucifer? What, to get clicks and views? I don't need that. If I only had one subscriber, I would still keep telling my story. This is why, and I am going to brag here. When I wrote my novel, The Summerland, I could have made it $25.99, $30.99 because, hey, I'm trying to make money. No, it's not about the money. It's about getting the message out. So I didn't have an agenda then, and I don't have one now. So what will be the purpose of me trying to make something up? It doesn't make sense. It's surely not for profit, because my channel's not monetized. I don't have a PayPal. I don't have a Patreon. I'm not asking people for money. So what would be the point of making it up? No, don't try to turn the arrow at me just because you are uneducated in how this whole system works. You know, you have the username, "This place isn't reality." Apparently you don't believe that, because if you did, then you would know exactly what you're talking about when it comes to Enki and Marduk and Lucifer and the archons and Satan and all of these things of that sort. So this is what I wanted to say. If you decide to respond back with any nastiness, you will be blocked, because see, personally, what I believe is that, you know, and I say this to all of you all, you have to be careful. You have people walking around today who are either NPCs or they are archon possessed. And their role, their job is to try to get you to react to the things that they do. React any way of anger or attitude, because when you do that, you are giving out loose energy that goes straight to Enki and the archons and even Marduk. You are feeding them. You are powering the system. And I say this to everyone out there: do not allow anyone to make you react any way, whereas you are giving them negative loose energy. If you find someone trying to make you react that way, know that they are either NPCs or archon possessed people. Don't do it. This is where you have to be in control. I will agree with what Michael Martin did say. He's a researcher on YouTube. You have to be able to control your emotions. And it took me a while to learn this, but I have learned how to control my emotions. No one's going to make me angry. No one's going to make me upset. No one's going to get me to respond in a way of, well, look here, who the hell you think? No, I'm not doing that. Because that's what Enki and Marduk and the archons, that's what they want. Because when you react in that way, you are feeding them, you're giving them loose energy. No, no, dear, no, sir, no, madam. So, this place is a reality. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And again, if you do decide to comment further with any type of nasty negativity, you will be blocked, because I don't want that in my ether on my channel, and in my ether in my presence. And I don't want anybody else to see that and have that in their ether either. My channel and my comment section is going to be all about positivity and high vibrational frequency, not name calling, insulting, such as what you did when you made the false claim that I made all of this up. You insulted me. That's not going to happen. Not on my channel, not in my comment section. I will block you first. And then if you try to come back with another username, I'll block that, and I'll keep blocking and I'll keep blocking, because it's not going to happen. Do that on someone else's channel, not mine. Now, with that being said, dear, I hope you have a wonderful day. And everyone else out there, it is a bright, beautiful, sunny day here in the Matrix. I hope you try to find some way to enjoy your time here on this prison planet on this day as much as possible. And I will see you all with other videos that I will bring on tomorrow. This is the Afterlife discussion. Until next time.